Hey guys, Pro1701 here, and today we are going to talk about our least favorite season, or I shouldn't even say least favorite, let's put it another way. What do you think is the weakest season in classic Doctor Who? I don't want to say least favorite, I want to say which one you actually think is the weakest of all of them. For me, it's season 23, and I don't hate season 23 by any means. I don't think there's any season in Classic Who that I just hate. Now, keeping in mind that I have not seen all of Classic Who, I've seen a lot of Classic Who, I've seen most of 70s and 80s Who, 60s Who, I've seen a lot of Troughton stuff, I haven't seen a lot of Hartnell stuff. Most of you guys know I'm slowly filling in my Classic Who knowledge gap, even though I've been a fan of the show since I was, well, before I even have living memory, because I don't even know who my first Doctor was. It was either Tom Baker or John Pertwee, I'm sure. But season 23, it's the way they went with the trial format is weird. Now, let's talk about the stories first. I really like Mysterious Planet. You guys know I've talked about that before. I rewatched it just a few months ago. I really enjoyed Mysterious Planet. I like how the relationship between the Doctor and Perry has grown. They're much kinder toward each other now. I like the music, the incidental music in it, and I enjoy the story. And I really like Glitz a lot. I don't like Mind Warp. I know a lot of people like Mind Warp. I really don't care for Mind Warp. I like having Seal in it. I like Seal as a character. I just don't like Mind Warp. I like having Brian Blessed in it as well. It does get points for that. But I don't care for the story. I don't like how it tries to kill off Perry, because I'm actually someone who doesn't like Perry dying. I'm actually glad they retconned that at the end of the season with her surviving, because I didn't like her dying there. That's another whole video. But I don't really care for Mind Warp. It's my least favorite of the season, and one of my least favorite stories in Classic Who. Then we have Terror of the Vervoid, which I really enjoy. If you can get past the unfortunate design of the creatures' faces, it's really just one of those things. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. But I like the story. I really like the trialless version of it, and it says a lot right there that the trialless version is the most watchable version of it, because it is actually a really nice story in and of itself. I enjoyed all the stuff going on in it. It's just fun to watch. Interesting introduction for Mel. And then The Ultimate Foe is okay. I mean, it really is a two-parter. One is written by the best writer to ever write for Doctor Who, in my opinion, and the other one is written by not so well-regarded writers, even though, you know, considering the short time they had to do this and Time and the Ronnie, I'm cutting them some slack. The Ultimate Foe I kind of bounce back and forth on. I think it's all right. I don't think it's great. I think it's all right. But for me, a lot of it is the trial scenes, how they're constantly interrupting the flow of the story. Like right when I'm getting into the story, it pulls out to go back to the trial scene. So you constantly feel like you're getting ripped away from the story, like being ripped out of the Nexus in Star Trek Generations, you know? That really hurts. Not so much in Mysterious Planet. I think I mentioned that in my review. It didn't bother me as much in Mysterious Planet, but I remember in the others, just or especially in the second and third one, Terror of the Vervoids and Mind Warp, getting pulled out. I didn't find the Matrix that interesting in The Ultimate Foe, but then again, I don't find the Matrix that interesting in Deadly Assassin either. I just don't ever think it's really realized well. I guess I'd rather it look more like Tron. Colin's performance is okay. You know, I just don't get into Colin's performance in the TV stuff as much. Because I've mentioned this before, he has a very theatrical background, and he looks more like he's trying to perform on stage, so a lot of his stuff comes out as a bit exaggerated, like when it does close-ups of his face, which is a terrible way to end a lot of the episodes, when he's just like he does. The Valeyard is a neat concept, and I think Michael does a good job playing him. I don't think he's necessarily executed well. I'd like to see him come back. I really liked, was it Linda was her name, as the Inquisitor. Nice to see a female Time Lord in power in the classic series. That was really nice, progressive for the time. I think she does a good job as an actress with her. To me, the seasons reflect the trouble that the show is going through. Which is what the show wanted to reflect what was happening in real life, and unfortunately it does. The show is in trouble in real life, and this season just is so problematic. So many things I don't know, this one just doesn't click with me. I like 2 of the 4 stories a lot, but I don't know. This season to me just feels like the weakest. Like other seasons have solid. Most seasons in Classic Who have solid stories that are standouts. Even season 24 has Dragonfire and Paradise Towers, which really are both fantastic. The only other seasons besides 23 to me that don't have standout stories, just the one I can point to would be season 16 and season 20, if you're not counting 5 Doctors. And I haven't seen all of season 20, so I wouldn't have it in the runnings for this list. I've seen all of 16. I don't think 16 has just a masterpiece story in it. I really like the Pirate Planet a lot. It's my favorite of that season. I really like the Ribos operation a lot. Really, really good. I believe that's another Robert Holmes script. And I find the Armageddon Factor very underrated. Really good story. Stones of Blood is kind of half and half. Androids of Terra, first time I watched it, I liked it. Second time I watched it, I found it uninteresting. And The Power of Kroll is my least favorite Tom Baker story. The only one I can't rewatch, I think. It's just, ugh. So I could see 16 being in the runnings. But for me, it's 23. I don't know. I don't get into 23 despite liking 2 of the stories. I don't like the whole trial setup. I just don't like the decisions they made for that season. Though that opening shot in Mysterious Planet is one of the most gorgeous shots in all of Doctor Who, I will admit. So that's my thoughts on it. I think season 23 is the weakest of the classic series. I would like to know what season you think is the weakest of the classic series and why you feel that way. Other things to do, click the like button, click the subscribe button, click the bell for notifications so you never miss out on a new video. I do have a poll going on my Patreon right now through the end of July that is open to the public. It's 2 polls, one voting for which classic Doctor y'all would like me to do a review on, one voting for which modern Doctor y'all would like me to do a review on. Anyone can vote in that. You can find a link to that down in the description below. Most importantly, stay safe out there, and thank you for watching.